Yes, I'm gonna say it. Kevin Cash is a fraud, and he should be fired. I've always thought Cash was a fraud, but I didn't want him fired until this fucking year. He has not changed the way he manages. His style of managing is never gonna win a World Series. He always is old school with analytics, and that shit. Analytics is overrated as fuck. This team has only won 50. They won 50 games this year in spite of him. And I know it's going to go on a downward spiral because I know this team is not built to maintain this type of success. Oh, and why the fuck did you keep the exact same medical staff from last season? Did you not see how fucking terrible last season was? Last season was probably the worst Rays team to ever make the playoffs, arguably the worst team to ever make the playoffs. Was so riddled by injuries. But they're like, oh, but this team is unhealthy. Is going to make noise. Not really. If you think about it, if you look at the Rays roster top to bottom, they are not built to maintain a start. They are not built to maintain a great start. They are built to start off mid and then get hot at the right time. This team is doing the exact opposite of what they should do. Time after time, I've been proven right. The hottest team in the playoffs goes far. 2021, Atlanta. 2020 was ironically the Astros. Last year, the Phillies. 2019 was Washington. 2018 was the Dodgers. 2017, the fucking Yankees. 2016, the Indians at the time. 2015, the Kansas City Royals. Like, come on. I always get proven right entering the playoffs that the hottest team always goes far. I always get proven right about that. Because, think about it. And now, Randy Rosarena has probably priced himself out of Tampa. Guarantee you, doesn't matter where they sit, they will move him. Because he's going to want way too much money. He's not going to get that extension because we threw all that money on Wander Franco way too early, and he's been very fucking injury prone. Yeah. And literally, if you really think about it, they've been winning these games in spite of Kevin Cash. Because he's fucking blundered even in all these wins we get. Even in the two wins in Yankee Stadium, the Yankees almost came back and won. The games we won at home against the Yankees, they almost came back and won. Game 3 against the Dodgers, they almost came back and won. Game 1 against the Mets, they should have lost. We should have lost that game to the Mets. Kevin Cash keeps fucking putting Jason Adam in. Jason Adam has been one of the worst closers in Major League Baseball this season. If I had a dime for every jam or blown save that Jason Adam has had this season, I would be rich as fuck. I would be rich as hell. That's how bad he's been. The lineup is a piece of shit. Yanni Diaz has started to cool down. Randy Rosarina is literally the entire team. Luke Raley's kind of cooled down a little. Isaac Paredes, so hit or miss. So hit or miss. Jose Siri is dog shit. Josh Lowe has cooled down. The catchers are Mejia, who lost his job, to Christian Bethancourt. And I've argued with people about Neander. Like, you need a fucking bat and you need a fucking bullpen arm. And now you need to look at getting a fucking starter because there is no depth in this rotation. We lost quite a few pitchers this season. We have no depth. None. It is just McClanahan, Tyler Glasnow, who's fucking washed. He pitched like shit in game 3 against Oakland. I'd argue they should have lost these last 2 games to Oakland. If their bullpen didn't fucking implode, they would have won both of those games. We couldn't hit. We literally couldn't hit their piece of shit starting rotation. We couldn't hit them. We could barely hit the damn Mets. And we should have lost that one game in Washington where the Nationals decided to implode in the night. We should have got swept at home by the fucking White Sox. Y'all realize why I say this team is overrated as fuck? There is a reason why I say this is the most overrated team in Major League Baseball right now. They are not the fucking best team in baseball. Not even fucking close either. I don't give a shit that we beat Texas. We should have lost 2-3 to the Twins and 2-3 to the Rangers. We should have. We could not hit that rotation. And we couldn't hit the Twins to save our fucking lives. And Neander, why the fuck did you trade for a washed up Nelson Cruz? And you gave them our best pitching prospect. You gave them our best pitching prospect in Joe Ryan. And look at what he's turned into. A fucking Cy Young candidate. Which is what we thought he would be. As soon as I saw Joe Ryan was in that trade, I was pissed. I'm glad we got Cruz. Because, veteran bat. But Joe Ryan, that fucking hurts. That is a loss. That is a loss and a half. And now Nelson Cruz is over in San Diego. Y'all say we win all these trades. Eric Neander hasn't done shit with trades. He's only good at finding unknown gems, which then turn into other pieces, which then they turn into a piece of shit because Jason Adam this year, Francisco Mejia's turned into a piece of shit. I love how everyone says we won the Blake Snell trade. We really didn't. Neither side won that fucking trade. Think about it. Blake Snell hasn't done shit in San Diego. Francisco Mejia is no longer the everyday starting catcher. Christian Bethancourt is. Luis Patino is a big, fat fucking bust. He is absolutely terrible. Every time he pitches, he either gets lit the fuck up like a Christmas tree or he gets injured. Bust. Fucking bust. I don't think we won the Glasnow from Alan Meadows trade either. Because Glasnow's been injury prone as fuck and is not looking that good this season. But people are like, oh, give him time. He's coming off fucking injury. I saw Justin Verlander come off Tommy John surgery and win the fucking Cy Young. I don't want to hear it. Justin fucking Verlander won the Cy Young coming off Tommy fucking John. Had the best season since he won MVP. I do not want to hear it. And Justin Verlander's washed. Right now he is. There's only one reliable starter on this team. It's fucking McClanahan. And who knows, he's probably going to get lit up because, it's fucking San Diego, and I don't know why, but Rays pitchers are terrible when they play San Diego. Even when San Diego was a big fat piece of shit, they were terrible. Their hitting still does really fucking good against them. This team is going to flame out. Oh, and the Zach Eflin signing was a big fat piece of shit. The only reason he's getting wins is he's getting run support. He's a piece of shit. Zach Eflin's a piece of shit. And oh, we're going to lose the Blake Snell. I'm guaranteeing it. Zach Eflin is starting. He sucks against San Diego. And Blake Snell is looking for revenge. Because that's his first start against his old team. He's going to take that game fucking personal and pitch his best and pitch the best game of his career. Guarantee you, he will do that. Especially with this piece of shit lineup with just Randy Arozarena. I don't want to hear the Wander Franco this, Wander Franco that. He ain't shit. Y'all are overrating the fuck out of him. He's not a top 3 candidate for MVP. He's not even the second best hitter on this damn team. Arozarena and Diaz are better than him by a country mile. And you know what's sad? The Rays think Franco's the future of the team, so we're going to trade Arozarena and Diaz. You piece of shit front office. Actual piece of shit. Poverty franchise. Y'all talk about how certain teams are a poverty franchise. You talk about Oakland. No one's more poverty than this piece of shit. We win games in spite of the coaching. And mark my words, they will tear it down. They're going to begin to collapse because the hardest month of the season is going to come up, which is the make it or break it, which I think they're going to fall and be a piece of shit. And we're going to lose both games to Baltimore. Baltimore is the team to beat in the AL East. Because Baltimore can fucking beat good teams. This team fucking can't. Because the Dodgers are stunningly fucking mid this season. But again, Dave Roberts is a big fat piece of shit. And should probably be fired. Kevin Cash is literally Dave Roberts without a ring. A big fat piece of shit. Y'all like to say he's the best manager in baseball. Not really. It's probably Bochy. It's probably Bochy now. Weren't the Rangers one of the worst teams in the league last season? And look at where he has them now. I mean, I knew the Rangers would be a playoff team, but I didn't think they'd be a World Series contender because they are a World Series contender. They are the team to beat in the American League. I don't care that we took 2 or 3 from them. We should have lost 2 or 3 from against them. There is no reason for me to be positive. No reason for me to be positive. They don't give me a reason to be positive. That is even worse than his Philly years. Even worse. And he's been a piece of shit in every single start. The only consistent starter is fucking McClanahan. That's it. No one else is consistent. The rotation is not good outside of McClanahan. The bullpen is beyond fucking terrible. It is a big fat piece of shit. The lineup is a piece of shit too. They only show up when Eflin starts. That's it. Eflin. Because Eflin pitches like a piece of shit. Every McClanahan start I watch, he never fucking gets run support. His runs, he never gets run support when I watch him. Never. They need to fucking prove it in order for me to have faith. They play like pieces of shit. I watched this entire series against Oakland. Big piece of shit. I watched them against Texas. They play like pieces of shit. Outside of the first fucking game. And they almost blew that last game too. And that was a McClanahan start. They almost fucking blew it. Texas literally had the bases loaded with nobody fucking out in the top of the ninth. They should have fucking won that game. The Twins should have won both games. They lost in the back too. They should have won both games. Hell, they should have lost that last game to the Dodgers. And the Rays aren't. We split with the fucking worst team in Major League history. And we're going to lose to the Padres, and we're going to get swept by Baltimore. Texas is going to win the American League, and I'll be right, dude. Bruce Bochy is actually a winning fucking manager. Kevin Cash is not. Kevin Cash is a piece of shit. I know Kevin Cash is a piece of shit. He's not learned his lesson from 2020. He's doing the same fucking thing. He's never learned. And do you not see how this is the worst bullpen in Major League Baseball? Not even close either. By far the worst bullpen. You're actually dumb if you think the Rays are winning the American League with Kevin Cash, the most overrated manager this in the entire league. It is not even close either. And Baltimore's going to take this division. Tampa loses. in the wild card again because they can't fucking hit in the playoffs. Even in the year we made the World Series, we couldn't fucking hit anything. The Astros, who didn't even have Justin Verlander, didn't e- didn't even have trouble with us. The Yankees pitching actually killed us. The Yankees. That was a mid rotation from the Yankees. That 2020 Yankees rotation was mid as fuck, just by having Garrett Cole. I don't understand how people think, no, the fuck we won't. I know this team, Johnston. You don't know how, you don't see this team from top to bottom like I do. You don't. Top to bottom, this team is built to start off mid or shitty and then turn it up and get hot. They're not built to sustain a 50-22 start. They are not fucking winning the American League. In fact, their two best bats are going to get traded because they're going to price themselves out of Tampa. Everyone's like, if you throw money at Water, you'll throw money at Randy. I'm like, the thing is, that's literally all of our fucking money. All of our money thrown at Wander Franco, who has been fucking injury prone his entire career. And he's gotten injured twice this season. The injuries weren't serious enough for him to land on the injured list. But he's gotten injured twice. He's gotten removed from games. And you think this team can find their rhythm? Hell no. The only starter I trust is fucking McClanahan. All the other starters are pieces of shit. That is not gonna fucking happen. 102 wins is not happening. No. They're not even winning 90. I've seen this movie with the Mets plenty of times and they fucking failed. Hell, I've even seen the Yankees didn't even win 90 and they made the ALCS. We were on pace to win 100 games last year and we won 87. And things are only going to get worse. We have way too many people on the injured list and they're fucking pitchers. That's going to bite us in the ass because we have no pitching depth. We just sent down Beeks, who had the best outing of the season. The on pace shit is not real because it never fucking happens. They are not going 102 and 60. They're going 89. They're winning. They're going 89 and 73. 89 and 73. Baltimore's going to win 95 and win the division. Baltimore's taking this division. Their lineup has been good. They have something we actually don't have, and that's depth in the fucking rotation. And they have a bullpen, which is what we do not have. Our bullpen is a big fat piece of shit. Our bullpen is a big fat piece of shit. Hell, I don't even trust this team with a 7-run lead. That's how bad the bullpen is. They almost blew a 6-run lead to the Mets. They were up 8-2, and they almost fucking blew that game. They almost blew 7-run leads to the Yankees. They almost blew massive leads against them. God, this team is fraudulent. Yeah. I love how people say this is the team to beat in baseball. Fuck out of here. This ain't even the best team in the division. At least Baltimore doesn't blow that big of leads. We split with the worst team in Major League history. And should have got swept, too. We should have got swept. That's how bad it is. We should have got fucking swept. Yes, they will. Yes, they will, dude. All these pitchers that are fucking hurt are gonna come back to bite us in the ass. And this team is not beating Baltimore, nor are they getting that many wins in fucking July. We're not beating Atlanta. We're not beating Philly. We aren't beating Seattle. We play everyone good in the month of July. Everyone good in the month of July. Play them. That's the make or break month. And they're not gonna do shit. They're not gonna do shit. I know this team's gonna collapse. The Mets were this good the year the Braves won the World Series at this point, and they fell off the face of the earth. They were also this good at this point in the year last year, and they fell off and lost the division. Made the playoffs, but got one and done. The last team that started off so good was the 2018 Mets. They started like what, 11-1, something like that, and they fell flat on their face. No, Baltimore's taking all 6. We suck at home against Baltimore, dude. We suck at home against Baltimore. Even last year, even when they were the worst team in the league, we sucked against them at home. We had the third best record in 2021. They had the worst. And we struggled against them at home. We struggled against Baltimore. Even when we made the World Series, we struggled against the Orioles. Like, come on. We get owned by Bryce Harper, too. Like, Bryce Harper loves killing this team. And Kyle Schwarber does, too. Every time I see the Rays play Kyle Schwarber, he hits a tank. He hits tanks. Oh, and also, Kevin Cash literally blew both 2 games against the Yankees. Puts Jason Adam against fucking Rizzo, and Rizzo kills righties. Rizzo fucking kills righties. And you guys should guess what happened. Yeah, home run. And Kevin Cash constantly puts Adam in, and Jason Adam has been a piece of shit. We get it worse, bro. We also get Philly for free. We get the Marlins, and they've been surprisingly good this year. Skip Schumacher is going to win Manager of the Year. We play the best team in the entire league in the Braves. Then we got to go to Houston. We also go to Seattle. We're not fine, dude. We're not. We won't be fine. And LA has been fucking mid this year, dude. LA's been mid. They almost lost a series of fucking White Sox who are tanking. They lost 2-3 to the Reds. They lost to the Cubs who are just terrible. No, it's not. It's not us, dude. You do not watch the Rays. It is Atlanta. It's not even close. The only team that can beat them is Texas. The only team that can beat Atlanta is Texas. If your name isn't Texas, you're not beating Atlanta. If your name isn't the fucking Texas Rangers, you're not beating the Braves. Atlanta's taking all free from us. The Phillies are taking all free from us. Then we're gonna be struggling in July. We're gonna blow the division of Baltimore. And we're gonna trade pieces. Randy Arozarena is one of them. He will get traded. He priced himself out of Tampa. They're not gonna be able to keep him. They're gonna trade him. And then knowing the Rays, they're gonna get fucked. Because every prospect we trade for turns into a piece of shit. We were supposed to get some prospects from Washington for Trey Turner. They went to San Diego. San Diego gave us Trey Turner. We traded Trey Turner to Washington, which was a massive mistake for two pieces of shit. We got those prospects, but then we sent them to San Diego for Trey Turner. Piece of goddamn shit. Arroyo was terrible this bowl. There is no reason why I should be fucking confident in this team. None. No reason. This team is not fucking built to sustain. Oh my god, I can't fucking speak. To sustain this type of success. They're not fucking built to do it. They couldn't even do it in 2021. They started hot, had the worst streak of the entire life. Tampa wouldn't split with Oakland either. Tampa wouldn't lose the fucking Oakland either. And Tampa's gonna get swept by them. And Tampa won't split with the Phillies because they'll get swept by them. They'll get swept by the Phillies. Bryce Harper owns this team. Kyle Schwarber owns this team. Realmuto and the Marlins own this team. Oh, and also, we lost 2-3 to the fucking Mets. The Mets are awful. We lost 2-3 to them. We lost 2-3 to the Astros, who ain't shit this year. You're trying to rebuttal the Braves point I made. Yet I gave you a really damn good point about the Rays. Why did we lose 2-3 to the Astros? Why did we almost lose to the damn White Sox who are tanking? We split with the A's. We lost 2-3 to a piece of shit known as the New York Mets. We split with the Yankees, which we should have lost. We should have got swept. We should have lost 2-3 to the Yankees. But their bullpen, not named Clay Holmes, is a piece of shit. The Rays ain't shit. I'm telling everyone, they ain't shit this year. That is 1,000,000% false. That is 1,000,000% false. You don't watch this team like I do. Tyler Glasnow has been fucking terrible since he came back from injury. He's looked and he's Tyler Glasnow. I'm fully convinced is washed. He ain't shit now. The lineup is not good. It's just Randy Arozarena and Yandy Diaz. And the rest of the lineup literally just was like, I'm just gonna swing at fucking anything and hope I make contact and get a home run. That's literally what happens. We didn't find a way to win that game. We found a way to lose those games. We just won. We won in spite of Kevin Cash. Kevin Cash was trying to lose that series. Kevin Cash tried to lose that Yankee series. Kevin Cash lost that Mets series. Kevin Cash tried to lose the Dodgers series, and the Dodgers are mid. The Dodgers are mid this year, and we almost lost to them. Oh God, we also got to play Arizona. You're not beating Arizona because we suck there. We suck in Arizona. Even when we were better than them, they still beat us in Arizona. We can't win in Arizona. And we ain't a good baseball team. We're a mid. Nope. Nope. Not with that pitching. Have you seen their pitchers? Have you seen that bullpen? Have you seen their lineup not named Mookie Betts or Freddie Freeman or Will Smith? Have you seen it? Arizona's going to win the West. The White Sox are a piece of shit, and they almost lost the series to them. And they should have lost tonight. But, Yasmani Grandal is a terrible catcher, and the White Sox are. If not for the Royals, they would be the worst team in that division because they're worse than the Tigers. They're going to fire sale everybody, and Tim Anderson's going to be a Dodger. But it doesn't matter because the Dodgers need fucking pitchers, not hitters. The Dodgers need pitching. They don't need bats. Easily. Easily. Astros are on a World Series hangover. I know what the Angels are going to do. They're going to fall flat on their face, and then they're going to fire sale. No, it's LA. The worst bullpen in baseball is by far the Rays. By far, no questions asked. The Rays' worst bullpen. They've blown how many games? In fact, that Mets series was Kevin Cash because he was like, because every time Pete Alonso comes up, I'm like, fucking walk him. I know he's going to hit a home run, and he did. And I know damn well this team ain't winning in the playoffs. They're not built to win in the playoffs. So you got to fire Cash. And if they don't fire him, then Rays fans better do what the Oakland A's fans did. Reverse boycott, fire Cash and Neander. Get both of them out of here. Start the fuck over. This window is closed. They're not winning shit. Rays fans don't want to admit it. They're giving Kevin Cash every fucking excuse. Yeah, he's been a piece of shit since that 2020 season. He's been a big fat piece of shit. He pulled Blake Snell while he was dealing when your season was on the line. He conceded defeat by doing that. 2021, he kept putting the same lineup in. The Red Sox literally knew about it. The Red Sox were like, oh, we've been playing the same lineup. Let's pitch the same way. And that's what they do. And he puts in piece of shit relievers and gets walked off on. Last year, even. After game one, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a loss because his team can't fucking hit. And then game two, he puts the same lineup out there. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This season's over. Fire some pieces. They didn't fire anybody, which is what they should have. Fire your strength coach and you fire the hitting coach. They didn't do either. And I immediately said, yeah, Kevin Cash, you're on the fucking hot seat. You don't make any fucking changes to your total way you manage, you better get fucking fired. And he hasn't changed. Fire him. They're not winning the World Series if he's going to be the manager. They're not built to win the World Series. I want to be wrong and see this team win the World Series. It's not going to happen. Expect a few trades at the deadline because they're not going to do anything to improve. Because I know this team. Last year, we didn't do anything to improve. We got one bat, and he's a big fat pile of mid. David Peralta. Big fat pile of mid. He wasn't good. And he's not doing good on the Dodgers either. He's not. They play like pieces of shit. Even against teams that are terrible, they play like a piece of shit. And it's like, why didn't you beat the Pirates? I'm like, look at the Pirates now. They fucking suck. I called the Pirates' downfall after that Blue Jays series. I called it. I knew the Pirates were going to win. I knew the Pirates were going to fall off. I knew it. Frauds. I knew they were frauds. And the Blue Jays are the worst team in the AL East. And I said they were overrated. At first, I was like, I don't win the division because Judge is going to leave. The Yankees are going to lose some pieces. Nope. And after Judge came back, I'm like, yeah, Yankees are winning that division, but Toronto's overrated. And I still saw people picking Toronto. I'm like, yeah, they're overrated. I knew them and the Padres were overrated as fuck. People didn't listen to me, and I ended up being right. In fact, the Blue Jays are going to finish last in the AL East. And this team lost 20-1 to them. That is the worst. That is quite possibly the worst game in Tampa Bay Rays history. You lose 20-1 to the worst team in the AL East. 20-1 to a last place team. The Blue Jays are not worse than the Red Sox. I think the Red Sox are better than the Blue Jays. Even though the Red Sox suck, the Blue Jays are worse. They're going to finish last. Snyder's a piece of shit. Vlad Jr.'s looking like the most overrated player in baseball. George Springer's mid. It's just Bo, Vlad, who is overrated, and Matt Chapman. Varsho sucks. Alejandro Kirk looks terrible. Kevin Kiermaier has always been a piece of shit, and he's proven me right this year. Their pitching outside of Kevin Gausman, shitter. Shitter. Like, Toronto is the worst team in the AL East. It is not up for debate. It is hands down the Jays. You had all that hype entering the season. In fact, they had higher odds than the Yankees to win it all. Higher. And they're going to finish last place in the AL East. Everyone calls me crazy for thinking the Rays are going to fall apart. The Mets said the same thing. And they did fall apart. Anyways, I'm going to head out. I got to go to bed. I'll see y'all.